Hello, guys. Hope you are all well. So, in today's learning session, which is learning session number 3, we will get some more insight into the new project feature of Articulate Storyline 360. So, let's get started. In lesson number 2, we completed our discussion till the publish feature of Storyline 360. So today, our focus of discussion will be on the insert and the slide feature of Storyline 360. So first of all, we will go to the insert tab. As you can see that all the features of insert are disabled right now except the preview one, and the reason for that is because we did not open any project, any slide. So for that, let's open on a new slide. And now you can see that all the features have been enabled. We can play around with them. We can have a specific one depending upon the need of our course and the requirement of subject matter experts. The first option is the slide layer. So let's click on this one. So as you can see that there has been change in the main screen of the software, and on the right side we see that there is a new layer named as Untitled Layer 1. So the idea is that you can have a main layer that is named as Untitled Slide for now, and I can actually rename it, and let's say it is lesson 1. And we can also rename our layer. So let's say it is it's always a good idea if you can label your base layer and the other layers, because in this way you can have a track of the content you have already created, because you can go back, you can edit it, and this is how you can move forward in the process. The next option is that we can have character selection. So if I click on this option, I can have characters based upon the style need I want, the gender I am looking for, the clothing style I want to have, and also if there is any age constraint. So I can have resources who are acting from age of 20 to 30, 40 to 50, and 60 plus also. So for example, if I want to play around with one of these characters, I can download, and let's download Laura. Also, if you are working on a trial version of Storyline 360, you have a limited option to access these features. However, if you have a subscription, you can access all these amazing characters that can best fit the need of your course. So, for the purpose of our demonstration, we can select Laura. And then let's say if I want to give a pose to Laura. So I go to the pose tab and I want her to be positive and talking. And I also want her to be presenting as if she is presenting in a class or in a training. So I select this and I insert it. So you see, so as you can see that Laura has been inserted as a character on the main screen. And now if I want, I can make it enlarged, and if I also want, I can crop it, and actually I can also show how to do that right now. So if I click on the crop option and I bring my cursor on the right corner of the screen at which the character is sitting, So I can drag to at any side, at any place I want. So for instance, we want to be at this length, we can do that, and then we can click crop. So as you can see, now we have Laura, but we have in a different style. So now you can see that we had a edited character that can fit our need of the course, and we can always drag it, and we can always, let's say if we want to make it a little bigger, so we can do that too. And then we can put here anything we want based upon the need of our course or the style template we want to have. The next option is that we can select photos. So if I click on this option, and for example, let's suppose I want to search for some images of books. So if I type books and I press enter, I can see a variety of books that I can use and I can put them in my courses. So for the purpose of this learning session, let's select one of these. So as you can see that as I downloaded the picture, it covered the main screen, and literally I can't see the character I already posted. So the good idea is that I can drag it from one of the corners and I can move it inwards and I can continue doing it, and I can continue doing this further, and probably I need to make it a little more larger. So yeah, so now it looks like that Laura, our character label name, is pointing towards a library of books, and she's so excited to understand and learn all the knowledge that comes from reading these books. So this is how you do the storytelling, and you play around with the ideas and the images and the media options that is available in Storyline 360. The other option is that you can select an illustration. So if we click on this icon, and since I was looking for books, so it is showing me relevant illustrations that are similar to a book. So as you can see, and if I load more results, so I have a lot of options that I can use for my course by simply clicking on it and simply inserting it, as we can see at the bottom of the screen. So let's take an illustration, and let's take a easy one. So probably this one would work. So I insert it, and as it happened with the previous image, it is still taking all the place in the screen. So I can do the same thing. I can scroll it inwards and I can make it tiny. I can make it more little. Basically, however I want to do. I can use it as part of my logo. I can use it as part of my highlight. In fact, everything I do here is based upon my discretion when it comes to maximizing the potential of using the different options that are given in the insert feature of Storyline 360. So the next option is of icons. So since the software has already understood that I am so much interested in reading books, so it has taken the word books and it is showing me a nice collection of icons that I can take advantage of, and I can use them. But for now, let's close this option and move forward with other options. So then we have the option of videos. And same, it is taking my keyword books and it is showing me the videos that I can use. The next option is that I can select a picture, and if I click on this arrow, I can see that there are three options available. The first option is that I can select a picture from a file. The second option is I can select a picture from a media library. And the third option is that I can select a screenshot of the files that are already open in my computer. So these are the two one. And if I move my mouse over them, they get highlighted. The next option is that I can include shapes. So if I click on this arrow, I can see that I can have lines, I can have rectangles, I can have basic shapes, I can have arrows, I can have equation shapes, and I can have almost anything I want that is quite similar to the options that you get when you work in PowerPoint and Microsoft Office. The next option is that I can have a caption. So if I click on this arrow, I can see that I can have a caption that fits the need of my screen. So for example, if I take this one and I click on the screen, so now I have this cute little caption that I can edit and I can move it around. And since the format window is open, so let's click on it and I can change the color. And I can right click and I can add text. So let's say that she is thinking, which book should I read? And then we can always tweak it. We can make it smaller. We can move it around. I think I liked it on the other side more. So let's do it. Yeah. All right. So this is pretty much nice. And then when we go back to the insert tab, now we can see that we have another option to include a video. So you can have a video from your including your collection, and you can also have a video from your external sources. You can have it in your thumb drive and you can connect it with your laptop or your PC, and you can have it on your folder and then you can put it in your course as well. The next option is that we can have an audio file. So if we click on this option, we can have audio from a sitting file. We can have a audio from a media library, and we can also record it. And we can also have the text to speech. Text to speech is basically a function that allows the learner to have the text and then convert it into a voice of their choice. So if you want me to do a separate session on the audio feature of Storyline 360, please comment me and I will be very much happy to do that. The next option is that we can have a web object. So we want to have, let's say, an item from the website. We can do that by clicking on it. And then we have the text box option that is pretty much basic, that you can have a text box like we had this caption box, and we can include it as part of engagement in our course structure. Then we have the table option, and if we click on this option, it gives us the opportunity to select the number of rows and columns that we want in our course. But for now, we will be moving forward. So the slide number text, if we click on this option, so it gives us the option to include slide number in menu, and it also shows us the total slides in menu, and also it also gives the opportunity to customize the menu of the slides. So it's a really helpful tool, and I personally really like it. So now it's time to discuss some of the amazing features that make Storyline 360 really stand out. So the first one is the button feature, the second one is the slider, the third one is the dial option, the fourth one is the hotspot, the fifth one is the input one, and the sixth one, and not the last one, is the marker option. So I believe all of these options require a separate tutorial. So if you guys want me to do a separate tutorial, please let me know, because I personally believe that a one lesson with just a overview of some of the items in the insert option may not suffice. So please give me your input, and I will be very happy to make a dedicated tutorial for all of these options. Besides these six amazing features of Storyline 360, we also have the option to include trigger functions and the scrolling panel option. And we also have the option that we can preview a course and we can also publish. On the right side, you can see that we have the option of triggers, and also we have the options of slide layer. And if we want to see what is inside a specific layer, we can always do that by clicking on that layer. But for now, since we did all the lesson on the layer number 1, so we will click on that one so that we can see our progress at the end of this lesson. At this point in our learning session, we had an insight in all the amazing features that Storyline 360 brings in it when it comes to inserting different options, whether it is a static option or whether it is a motion object. So I personally think that this is quite sufficient for today, and I will continue my lesson number 4 from the slide option. So thank you very much for watching my video, and if you like the content I make, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much. Take good care of yourself. Bye bye.